The Boston Celtics are one of the most prestigious franchises in the NBA, tied with the LA Lakers for the most championship titles with 17. Last season, they came close to facing their record-sharing rivals in the NBA Finals, but came up short, losing to the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. This season, the Boston Celtics' young team will be hoping to continue their recent success and go one step further. The Boston Celtics have been one of the most dominant sides in the East since Brad Stevens took over as head coach in 2013. They have undergone a rebuilding process that looks to be coming to fruition. Despite being consistently frustrated by the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James in recent years, the Celtics will be hopeful that their strong starting five can make another exciting run in the playoffs. Let's take a look at the starting five for Boston Celtics. Number 1, Kemba Walker as point guard. Kemba Walker has complained of a nagging knee injury, which could mean we won't see him at full throttle during the preseason and the beginning of the NBA season. However, the Boston Celtics have been able to sign veteran Jeff Teague, who can help manage Walker's minutes should he need rest. The Celtics will be intent on keeping Walker fit as the franchise's floor general on offense. Last season was his first in Boston after 8 years with the Charlotte Hornets, and he averaged 20.4 points, 4.8 assists, and 3.9 rebounds per game in 2019 and 2020. The four-time All-Star played an integral part in leading the Celtics to the Eastern Conference Finals after a disappointing 49-33 finish in 2018 and 2019, a year that ended with Boston losing in the conference semifinals to the Milwaukee Bucks. Walker is one of the Boston Celtics' veteran players, therefore he's able to help their youthful roster and will not have to worry about being the main source of points on the floor, with the scoring talent of Tatum and Brown. Number 2, Marcus Smart as shooting guard. The Boston Celtics brought Marcus Smart to the franchise as the 6th overall pick in the 2014 NBA draft, and it looks as though the shooting guard is developing into one of the NBA's elite two-way players. Teaming up with Walker in the backcourt, Smart is less involved in running the offense but is instead focused on being one of the league's meanest defenders. Smart was named in the NBA's All-Defensive Team of the Year for the second successive season, averaging 1.7 steals per game. He also provided 12.9 points and 4.9 rebounds in what was an impressive season. Smart continued his form into the playoffs, and the Boston Celtics will be hoping for more of the same from their guard this year. Number 3, Jayson Tatum, power forward. The Boston Celtics' most exciting player is possibly their young shooting guard, Jayson Tatum. Already developing into a leader at 22, Tatum led the Celtics in scoring with 23 points per game while also adding 7 rebounds. Tatum is regarded as one of the NBA's future greats, and the Boston Celtics were eager to retain his services as he signed a 5-year contract extending this offseason. The Boston Celtics will inevitably build their side around their young star in the coming years. Tatum is not only a focal point of the Celtics' offense, but plays a key part in their mean defense, averaging 1.4 steals per game last year. Tatum tried to carry his side to the NBA Finals, averaging 26.5 points in their 6-game series with the Heat, but fell just short. A lot of the Celtics' talent are still young, but they will have another opportunity to fight for the championship this year, with more experience to work from. Number 4, small forward, Jaylen Brown. Serving as the number 3 man for the Boston Celtics offense, Jaylen Brown is another young star who could become one of the franchise's leaders in years to come. Brown had a stellar season for the Celtics, averaging 20 points and 6 rebounds, and was Tatum's right-hand man in draining shots when it mattered. Brown proved that he can now do it in the playoffs and adds to the excitement surrounding the Boston Celtics' future. In Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Semis, Brown grabbed a monster 16 rebounds and 31 points against the Raptors in a standout performance of an extremely consistent postseason. At only 24, Brown is still developing his game and will be a major part of the Boston Celtics' title push this year. Number 5, center, Tristan Thompson. One of the Boston Celtics' primary objectives this offseason was recruiting a player that could dominate in the paint. They may have secured their man in signing Tristan Thompson to a 2-year deal. It is unknown whether Thompson will start or come off the bench, but his overall attributes, experience, and rebounding should see him gain a starting berth ahead of Daniel Theis. Either way, he was an excellent acquisition by the Celtics as an effective rotation partner for Theis. Thompson is an elite rebounder, averaging 10 boards over the past 2 seasons. Furthermore, his physical presence is an aspect of the Celtics game that was missing last year. Bam Adebayo dominated Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. However, in Thompson, they have a player who is happy to do the dirty work in the paint without giving away too many fouls. His height gives him an advantage over the 6'8" Theis. Overall, the Boston Celtics will once again be a side challenging in what will be a tightly contested Eastern Conference. With their growing young talent and their acquisition of Thompson, they should be confident in making a return to the Eastern Conference Finals. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel